Okay folks, so I'm doing something different in this episode of my video. That's one important thing about acquiring a technical skill. When you are a very technically minded person, you tend to know a little bit about almost every other technical skill. Usually I like to do some DIY issues around the house, little things that I think I can do by myself. I like to doing it around the house. I have a rainwater harvesting system in the house. When it rains, it comes down these PVC pipes and then runs down the PVC pipes and then into the tank. What happens is, after a long spell of no rain, when it rains, of the dirt and everything from the roof, everything is washed down into the tank, and that creates a lot of sediments in the tank. As you can see, this tank is quite huge. It's quite huge, about 8 to 9 feet wide and about the same length downwards, about 8 to 9 feet down there. So it's quite a huge tank. And together with a second tank at the other side of the house, yes, that's this tank, we can harvest rainwater for domestic chores that can last the family for many weeks. I had the tank washed just recently. It was full of, sediments. So I had it washed recently. If you noticed, there's no outlet where the dirt and other bed poo and other things that maybe deposits on the roof can be washed out. When it rains, of the dirt and everything from the roof, everything is washed down into the tank, and that creates a lot of sediments in the tank. So what I want to do today is to install what we call a first wash outlet. Now it is a system that allows you to wash out the first minutes of rain, so that the dirt and everything that comes out can be washed out. But this system doesn't have any, so I'm going to have to create it. And I just watched a few YouTube videos, and then think I can do it by myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this T-joint PVC pipe. I'm going to fix it there like that. Okay, so this one will take the water into the tank and the first wash will come out. Okay, so I'm going to fix this T-joint there and fix it along this wall, then it will come out. So when it rains, the first few minutes of the dirt and everything from the roof will wash down this T-joint, okay, and go out. And after a while, we come and close it, and then the water backs up and start flowing to the tank, so that even if we are not around and then it rains, okay, the water will just come down. The first few minutes of rain will just come down, deposit itself in the first wash pipe, and then back up slowly. By the time it gets to flowing to the tank, most of the dirt would have been deposited in the first wash pipe. And then when I come, I just open it and wash it out, then close it, ready for the next rain. So that's basically what I'm coming to do. We're starting the work on the phase 2 or part 2 of our do-it-yourself project. If you watch the first part, there were some amazing animations. All those were done by my two sons, Yekonam and Aram. I was so much impressed. I wasn't expecting them to be that good, but they did all the animation. And every animation that you see on this project are done by those two wonderful boys, Yekonam and Aram. And believe it or not, these are things they learned on YouTube. As I tell you, you can learn almost everything on YouTube. So now let's go on and start the project for our first flash system. Today we're starting with cutting. We are now going to fix and we have to cut. Yeah. So where is that? We have to cut this one. Oh, are we? Okay. Try and cut from the other side. Okay, so after a couple of hours of cutting and making sure that we take off what we need to take off, we are now ready to start the actual joining of the pipes and the fittings together. As you can see here, these are the pipes and fittings that we'll be cutting and joining to create the design that we've shown you in the animation. During the cutting, we realized that there's been some plants that were growing behind the walls, and had some roots that were entering the pipe. So we had to cut out all those things, much more pipe and much more chiseling than we originally thought. So that delayed the whole job a little bit, but we've done that. We've chiseled out all those roots. We've taken everything out. So we are now ready to start the work itself. So together with my boys, we're now going to join everything. All these fittings that you see here are part of the fittings that we're going to join the pipes to create the whole design as you saw in the animation. In fixing the first PVC fitting called the cross T, I realized the PVC pipe bringing water from the right side was a little bit short of the cross T. I needed therefore to add a little bit of extra pipe to lengthen it and in order for it to fit into the cross T. We'll be joining some pipes, and as we said the other time, because they are both 4-inch pipes, they can't just go into each other, so we have to create a space like we did with the other fittings when we were doing the union. So what we're going to do is to use the stove to heat up one of the pipes and then fix the other, create that enlargement at the beginning of the pipe we're going to join up there, and then we'll go and join it so that it makes things easier for us. So I'm using a sample pipe of the same size as what I will be joining up there to create the enlargement at the beginning of the receiving pipe in the direction of the water flow, as we learned in part 1 of this video when we were installing the union. So after heating the receiving pipe and making it soft enough, I quickly insert the sample pipe to create the enlargement and then wait for it to cool and harden up. After hardening up, the sample pipe gets stuck in the actual pipe I will need to use. When it cools, then we'll take it out. To remove it, I have to again soften it slightly in order to pull the sample pipe out. And I have my pipe ready to receive the other pipe up there. Now with my extra pipe prepared to receive the other, I apply the PVC glue to the desired surfaces of both the incoming and receiving pipes. This must be done quickly within a few seconds of applying the glue, otherwise it will lose its adhesive and bonding properties. Then I insert the pipe that will carry the water into the pipe meant to extend it in the direction of the water flow and hold it in place for a few seconds in order that the glue will dry and the bonding is effected. Now ready for the equal cross or cross tee as it is popularly known, I apply the glue to the surfaces of the left pipe that will be inserted into the left side of the cross tee. And then repeat the process on the respective side of the cross tee as well. I then fix the cross tee starting from the left hand side. The process is then repeated on the right side of the cross tee. I now have to fix the fittings consisting of a 90 degrees elbow PVC, also known as a U-bend, and a coupling which is used to bridge two fittings, and a pipe that will be feeding the top side of the cross tee with water from the roof. Now I had to measure the length from the hole where the rainwater will be coming from to the cross tee in order to determine exactly how much pipe I will need to fix into the fittings. I assist my son Aram to then cut the right length of pipe for that purpose. I now repeat the gluing process to fix the top side of the cross tee. And one can't help but be excited at the success so far.
What a girl me! You don't joke with me, eh? You're a child of God, you got a grace. You can fix anything. By the grace of God, you get me. So now.
The jigsaw puzzle nature of putting the fittings together continues with the fixing of a T-joint, where the pipe to the tank and the first flash system will be separated. After applying the glue to the desired surfaces, I again put in a coupling to bridge the cross tee and the T-joint. It is time now to fix the cross tee. And again, we needed more coupling, so we had to cut it out from the pipes. With the assistance of my son, we applied the PVC glue to the respective surfaces as usual. It is now time to fix the pipe that would directly take the rainwater into the tank. We had earlier cut away all the old fittings to make way for the new ones. I used the old pipe to see if we got the alignment and angle from the T-joint right, because the pipe carrying the rainwater from the cross tee into the tank has to slope down at a slight angle in order to allow the water flow effortlessly into the tank by gravity. Then we fixed the pipe that will carry the rainwater into the tank. Now it is time to fix the first arm of the first flash system. And then we measured out where to cut the pipe in order to fix a 90 degrees elbow or U-bend into which the final arm of the first flash system will be fixed, and for it to align perfectly along the wall. We then measured and marked out where exactly to cut the pipe, serving as the final arm of the first flash system so it can fit perfectly into the 90 degrees elbow or U-bend. And then it is time to fix the final arm of the first flash system and the final stage of our DIY or do-it-yourself project. To quicken the process, whilst I apply the glue to the required surface of the U-bend, my son Aram applied it to the first flash pipe. Now, my dear wife, who is on her way to the hair salon, comes out to check on what it is we've been doing so far. And I explained to her the design and how the first flash system will work. A few questions later, she left us to continue with our craziness. We then determined where to attach brackets to hold the first flash pipe securely to the wall. And after that, our project was done, and to our ultimate satisfaction. So at long last, after many cutting and many arrangements and all that, we finally done the work, and as you can see, we finally done our first flash rain harvesting washout. So what happens is when it rains, the first minutes of rain will just come down this pipe, and then when I come, I just open it and wash it out. When we see clear water coming out, we close it. And then the water begins to back up to the middle there, and then starts flowing into the tank, you know. So it's been a couple of hours of hard work, and the wonderful people who helped me, I want to introduce all of them. Everybody helped in a very special way. First of all, it's my son Yehonam. This is my first son Yehonam. He's also a very techy person. He's in a technical school. Any animation or every animation you see on this video was done by him and the younger brother Aram. You know, they did all the animation, and he was the man behind the camera. He's not a trained cameraman. I'm now trying to teach him, and you can see that he did a very good job. You know, that's the one. And then you have Aram. Aram, this is the muzzle of the family. You know, he does all the hard work and the cutting, and he's also a good animator. You know, some of the animations, as you see below, I'll put their names there so that you know. So this Aram, this Yehonam, is also a very, 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 very creative person. You know, you will believe for some of the things that he's done. And then my last son, Dela, the baby of the family, he pretends to be shy, but
in reality he's not.
You know, pretends to be. So this is Dela. This is the last born of the family. You know, he's also learning some animation, but he's not yet that experienced. So very soon you'll be seeing his work as well, you know. But he was also helping with a whole lot of things, you know, making sure that whatever we need, he brought it around, you know. Everything that we needed, he was the one who was handling all those things. So these are the three wonderful boys, my three wonderful boys who've helped achieve this. So whenever any small thing goes wrong, we try to fix it ourselves, you know, do it yourself, and that's the result. We've saved ourselves a couple of, you know, maybe thousands of CDs. You know. And then last but not the least is the queen of the family. Okay. She's the one who feeds us, handles us. When we are sick, she's the one who takes care of us. She's the queen of the family, my dear wife, my lovely wife. Abba, can you come and join us? This my, see how pretty she is. This is my lovely wife. You know, so this is the family. So let's say hi to the viewers. So very soon I'll be coming your way for another video. And as I said, do it yourself. We've saved ourselves a few hundreds, maybe thousands of CDs, we don't know. So, but we saved ourselves some money, you know. So I'll be coming away for another interesting video, maybe doing something else in the house. If anything goes wrong and we think we can fix it, we'll try our hands on it and then we fix it. So I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and it is bye from the Keke family. Bye bye.